2025 is almost over, and I need to ask you something that is going to be very brutal. Are you going to enter 2026 the same broke, frustrated, small thinking woman that you were in 2025? Because if you are, then this video, I'm going to be honest, is not for you. But if you're finally ready to just stop making excuses, stop playing victim, start building the empire that you've actually been dreaming about, the next couple minutes that we're going to be spending together will change your life. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint I wish someone had given me when I was a broke waitress 6 years ago. The same system that took me from serving tables to a multimillionaire by the age of 26. This is not going to be some cute motivation. This is going to be a strategy. And fair warning, this is going to be a longer video than usual, but I'd rather give you everything that actually have transformed my 2025 and 2024 and will transform in 2026 than to give you 5 cute tips that sound good, but change nothing. So let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the first pillar that we're going to be talking about today. P, when we're going to call it, we're going to eliminate energy drainers. So anything that drains our energy, guess what I'm doing? Chop, cut, gone. Okay, so the first pillar is the one most women actually skip, and it's why they actually fail. What do they do when they want to level up in this life? They think, oh my God, I need to add more. I need to do more. I need to have a better morning routine with more steps, better night routine. I need more businesses. And that is exactly the thing that is really stopping a lot of them. We think adding is what's going to get us to our goals. But in reality, subtracting from your life is what's going to get you to your goal. So the first category is removing vampire people. So vampires, we're going to remove them. Okay? So X the vampires. Now, when I talk about vampires, I'm talking about friendships that I've had to leave behind because I knew I wanted more out of this life. Now, for your next level, I need you to think and audit your relationships. Who drains it versus who actually energizes it. I need you to create a no contact list for 2026. I need you to really get serious about this because people underestimate what extra people in their life can affect them negatively in their professional life versus actually affect it in a positive way. When you have a lot of friends that they're not really amazing friends, but they're just people in your life, even if they're not bad people, and I'm not saying these are just bad people, as a human, you only have X amount of energy and time that you can give in the day. So when you are trying to be a good friend, a good person to your sister, to your mom, to your dad, and then to people that are also friends, acquaintances, people that you work with, you look at your day and you're like, I haven't even got anything done, but I feel so drained. Why? It's because you have had so many interactions with people that did not pull you up, right? Most of them pull you down, but some of them kept you neutral. But even those we have to eliminate. The ones that bring you down or they gossip, they waste your time, don't make you really believe in yourself, don't give you a lot of positive affirmations. Of course, these ones have to go, but even the neutral ones, if someone is keeping me neutral, it means that I am just talking about nonsense with them about how is the weather, how is the food, and that might be even worse than someone dragging me down because you're going to think it's not, affecting my life. But it is because once you understand how successful people allocate their time and energy, so strategically, because they understand what you don't understand. They understand that we have only limited number of energy and time that we can give in the day. So if I by mistake give it to the neutral person or to that down person that's going to literally suck the life out of me like a vampire, I am, instead of putting it into a business, instead of putting it into growth, instead of putting it into me, I am wasting that time. And I feel like people just don't take time and energy as serious as they should be. And once you do, that will be your $1 million year. I promise you. So get extremely selfish, get extremely analytical with who's in your life, why are they in my life, and if someone is just keeping me stable, they're gone. If someone is dragging me down, they're also gone. If someone is just gossiping, wasting time, they are all gone. So I remember this year was the year that I have made the most amount of money that I've ever made. And it was because I've had a lot of lonely seasons, right? Where I literally would rather be alone having lunch or breakfast than my energy being wasted with just an acquaintance that takes a lot of time to just even maintain that friendship. That isn't a friendship. It's just spending time together. So I'm not alone. Well, I would actually rather be alone because then I'm going to be in my thoughts on how to grow, how to elevate. Maybe I'm going to meet someone because when you're alone, people actually come talk to you. If you are going through a lonely season because you are in that elevating season, I'm just going to be the one to tell you it is fine. It is way better to be in that season than to have the wrong people in your life. And you're going to go through these seasons a lot of times throughout your growth. Just know that it is temporary. And on the other side is the people that you actually are going to have this solid relationship with that are going to only elevate you and add value to your life. The second category that I had to also eliminate from the energy drainers was I eliminated broke people activities. You'd be like, wait, what? I didn't know there's activities. Of course, there is something called broke people activities. So your calendar is basically the mirror of your priorities. Okay? So if you show me your calendar, I'm going to probably know how much you make exactly from your calendar. What is on your calendar? Now, when I was broke, my calendar looked very different. It still had stuff always busy, but busy does not mean productive. Going in circles, spending time, doing things that are not elevating me is not something that you should be doing. So I literally had to list, and that's what I want from you guys. I need you guys to list on a pen and paper, right? Everything that you do in the day, every little thing from, oh, I picked my outfit to I brush my teeth to I call my friend, every little thing, and then look at that list and see how can you remove almost 95% of it? How can I just live a life that most of my activities are only pulling me up? Basically, what activities can I do in the day that are a priority that are going to make me money? If it's going to make me money. So this is what it's important. If it's making me money, if it's making me grow, if it's making me better, I'm going to keep it. If it's none, I'm going to cut it out. And that's as simple as that is. So I had to remove all broke people activities so I can focus only on these three things. So cut it all out in 2026. So the third category that we need to cut out the mental. And this is going to be a brain. Somehow any mental energy leaks we are going to cut it out. We are going to exit all the leaks. Most women, what do? We are so consumed all the time with things that we cannot control. Did they message me? What did they think of me? How do I do this? I'm scared if they're going to judge me. Things that we literally have no control over. So I made a decision a couple years ago that if something will not matter in the next 2-3 years, I'm not spending more than 2-3 minutes on it. And I truly live by it. We don't have the capacity to think of so many things in the day. So when I think of something, it better make me money, make me elevate, or make me better. If it's not doing one of those, I'm going to cut it out. Things like drama, things like Love Island, things like reality TV. That is also, by the way, mental energy leaks. Because guess what drama gets us to do? Drama like literally consumes us. So now you're thinking, oh my God, what do they do? What should they respond? Oh my God, if that was me, I would do X, Y, Z. I wouldn't say this. And it's like you're thinking mentally about something that will not serve you and will not add to your life in any way, shape, or form. So on social media, I eliminate all drama. I don't want to follow anything that posts about drama, about negative things. I only follow people that actually talk about business, actually talk about growth, actually talk about money. Why? Because these are the things that are important to me, point blank, period. I make sure I remove the negative content, and that have changed so much in my life that I don't know what's going on with whatever drama TV you guys are consuming. I am in my bag, and this is why my bag keep growing day in and day out. And then the fourth thing that I had to cut out is the financial drainers, right? So I wanted to make sure that what do I spend my money on? Where does my money go? Because all of us, we spend our money. We're making money and we are spending it on something. So I understood that broke people leak money on things that don't serve their goals. And I started only consuming money or spending money if it's in direct proportionate to get me to my goal. So even when I buy things, maybe it's a liability, maybe it's an asset. That's not what we're talking about. I'm looking at it as in when I purchase this nice car, when I purchase this nice house, is it going to serve me to get to my goals? If it's a yes, then we're going to go all in and we're going to buy it. But if it's just like a waste of time and a waste of money, I will stay away from it. So I want you to track, where does your money actually go? Because you're going to be surprised how much women are spending most of their money on the most nonsense things like makeup, beauty, hair care, skincare, fashion, and just food. Going out and looking like we're having a good time when we're not having a good time. So I had to eliminate a lot of these things. Of course, I'm going to shop the necessities, but I'm not going out of my way when I'm emotional. Oh, let me just spend money to feel better, because that's never the answer. The answer is always investing into yourself, into things that generate ROI. So that is the first pillar of things that are going to drain us, that we need to eliminate. And I need you to be very serious about eliminating these things. So now that we have eliminated what is draining you, let's talk about what you actually need to build, which brings me to my second pillar, which is wealth foundation. So here's the problem that a lot of women actually face. Okay, we are thinking always on how can I make more money. We're not thinking of how can I build a wealth system, because if you're always just chasing money, which chasing money is cool, but if you just are getting $1 here, $1 there, and $1 here, and you're always just hustling, you are going to burn out. You are going to be stressed. You are going to be in your masculine, because you're always trying to figure things out. What a soft, rich, wealthy woman does is she creates systems that makes her money all the time. So she just follows the system and she makes money. So I need us to start shifting from how can I just make more money to how can I build a wealth system that is going to keep me rich for a long period of time. And that brings me to our first thing that we need to master for our wealth foundation skills. Okay, so I want you in 2026 to pick one high income skill and truly master it, not half master it. I'm talking about fully unmaster it. Become the best at it, because you have spent the most time on it, doing it and learning about it. So what I have always done, and I will always do minimum every single month, I'm investing 10% of my income into investing back into learning skills. Now, I have had months where I've spent almost 80%. I've had months where I've spent 50%. I have had months where I spent 20%. But the minimum always that I'm investing every single month into learning new skills is at least 10%. Because at the end of the day, your skills are the only thing that no one can take away from you, right? I have invested over hundreds of thousands of dollars in just myself. And you might be like, well, wow, that's a lot of money, investing hundreds of thousands of dollars. But in order to make millions of dollars, you have to invest at least hundreds of thousands of dollars, or you're going to end up losing that hundreds of thousands of dollars in mistakes. For me, I'd rather invest it into programs, events, masterminds, knowledge, tools, mentors that are going to help me get that information that I need, versus just me wasting money doing something for so many years because I don't know what these millionaires are doing. So I would rather learn these skills, pay who I need to pay so I can get to the next level way faster. The more skills you have, the more you're going to be paid as a woman. So if it's one thing that I want you to be obsessed with, is how many skills do I have that literally make me undeniably paid? If you are someone that have so many skills and you have the amazing skills that are the rich skills. So you might be like, okay, well, what skills have you mastered? I have mastered sales, social media, which is branding, investing in the financial markets, speaking and public speaking and communication, and getting what I want when I want it. These are the things that I invested in. Understanding how to sell like a beast, anything, understanding social media, investing into the financial markets, public speaking, communications. These are the skills that have made me millions of dollars. But I would have never known these skills and mastered them in the period that I have if I have not actually invested in myself. So when you master things like these, which is undeniably paid forever skills that I will forever make money from, this is what's going to always set me apart from every single person, because the average person don't have these skills. I am a beast at these skills. So the second thing that I want us to focus on is an income stream that we are going to have. FN, should I have 10 multiple Instagram streams? No, you should not. The fastest way to scale and to scale big is to have one income stream and focus on getting it to 6 and 7 figures. Because again, if you want to be one of these people that are jack of all trades, master of none, first of all, you might make a lot of money in the beginning, but at some point your credibility is going to be hurt. These businesses are going to suffer because in the beginning, you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money to invest in other people that will run your businesses, and you don't even have the right education, the right skills to run all these businesses. So you might make a lot of money from different things, but nothing is going to really scale big. And in a couple years, your reputation is going to be hurt because they're like, wow, didn't you do that drop shipping thing and then that e-commerce and then that crypto and then you also did fashion modeling? You're not known for anything, and people then will look at you like a joke, hence why they will not pay you the big bucks. What I always recommend is focus on one thing. Be the best at that one thing. Scale it to 6 figures. So in the beginning, what I have mastered is sales and investing in the financial markets. I have mastered them so much. I was known for it. If you wanted to invest in the financial markets, I was your girl. We were helping people get into it. And of course, sales comes with it to build teams and so on and so forth. From there, once we master that, I have made millions of dollars from that. I'm like, well, what are 2 things that I can add that will even make these 2 businesses very successful, which we added social media and speaking. And this was not separate businesses. It was just more branding to the same thing. And then also speaking to my social media so it can make sales even better and investing even better. And it was all a full-on circle. I've mastered that. I've made money from that and have always been asked. Most common question was, how can I grow my social media? How can I get attention? Because I was always so good at it. Not as amazing as I am today, but I always had the eye for it. So I have decided now to really be known for scaling businesses through social media, because I have seen what it has done to my life. So I am known for one thing. I have income from one skill and business. Now we have different packages, different ways we help people, but it's one business that I became a beast at it. So what I would recommend is scale it consistently throughout the year and don't add any new streams of income until this is profitable and it's scalable. So the truth is, wealthy women actually focus. Broke women, they spread themselves thin. So we don't want you to be the next broke woman. Now that brings us to the third point, which is multiplication, right? So multiplication. Every dollar that you have to think of it as a multiplier, as in, what can I do with this money to make me more money? I don't want to save money. I want my money to work more for me, because I understand if I save it eventually, number one, I'm going to be spending it at something and the dollar is losing its value. Inflation is going up every single year. So it actually makes no sense. So every single dollar that comes in my bank account, I'm thinking, how can I multiply and I can grow it? And once you stay in that mindset for a long period of time, you start noticing opportunities. You start noticing what wealthy people are doing to grow their money. So when I started investing in the beginning, I was scared because I didn't understand it. But I was just like, you know what? I need to understand how to invest my money. And I'll be honest with you guys, till today, the best investments that I have done was investments into myself. It was never into the financial financial markets. It was investments into my businesses, into me as a person, into my skills that have paid off probably 100x by today. And so that actually brings us to our third pillar, which is you can have all the best strategies, but if you have a broken mindset, you will forever stay broke. So the third pillar is the inner game. And this is something that if you master it will pay off massively, especially as a woman. So here's a problem. Women usually sabotage their success because they were not taught about money growing up, and we are not mentally prepared for wealth because we've always said, oh, just marry a rich man. Oh, just have the man do all of it. So it's always going to be new to us. So I had to remove all the mindset blocks that I have had, as in you're just a girl. You don't want to be masculine. You don't want to be too much. No one's going to marry you. If you're so rich, then you're going to end up single. No one's going to like you because you make money. And then I had to really talk to myself and be like, what are you talking about? This makes no sense. If you make money, you're going to end up single. If that's the case, then so be it. Because that sounds better than the twisted idea of I need to be broke and hopeless and clueless to be with a man. I don't think that's how really the world should be. Now, the world is not like that. But let's say I'm playing the devil's advocate right now. When you master your inner game, a lot of things that you are probably sabotaging your success. I've seen women that make money and then they're like, wow, I made a lot of money. Okay, let me chill. Because they almost feel like they don't deserve more. But men, as soon as they make money, they're thinking, how can I even make more money? How can I scale bigger? How can I make more moves? But women, they're not even thinking like that. They're like, oh, let me take a vacation. Let me go buy a nice designer bag and flex on people on it, which goes completely opposite of everything that I've been teaching guys 2 seconds ago. And so that brings me to the first mental shift that we need to have from permission to permission. We are going to be making decisions right away with no one permission, not from a friend, not from a family member. So I had to realize that men are successful because they don't say, Uncle, do you think this is a good idea? Mom, do you think this is a good idea? Friend, no, they think of ideas and they get to moving. Girls, let me ask my best friend. Let me sleep on it. Let me ask my husband. Let me ask my partner what he thinks. And this is probably the reason why a lot of women are still broke, because we need that permission. I need someone to tell me, yes, honey, go. I believe in you. You can do it. And most of the time people are not going to tell you that. People are going to tell you this is a stupid idea, don't do it. But if you have the vision, if God told you to do something, it's because it is your vision that you have to execute on. So I stopped asking for permission and I started making decisions from just my own self, my own experience, and acting on those decisions right away. Not even waiting, because the longer you wait, the more you're going to be overthinking, hesitating. So I make a decision, I act on it. Boom. Now it's too late. Now we have to go through it.